This is Christine Porter with the Times News. I'm here today with Dr. Timothy Friel, Chair of the Department of Medicine for Infectious Diseases at Lehigh Valley Health Network. We're discussing the safety of the COVID-19 vaccine and allergic reactions.
What would you like to say to people about the safety of the vaccine?
The development of the COVID vaccine has happened more quickly than any other vaccine in the history of this country or throughout the globe. So we recognize this. However, desperate times, desperate measures, and kudos to the team in this country, as well as other countries, et cetera, who have been passionately working on this since the early days of the pandemic. For us to get to where we are now, to have a vaccine that is available, that we have enough data. So Pfizer right now, more than 40,000 individuals through this country and other countries participated in clinical trials. Almost 80 patients at our own institution at LVHN participated in that clinical trial. That data that we've gathered, looking at the effectiveness of the vaccine as well as the safety, is the data that the FDA is currently evaluating now that will make it possible for us to determine whether this vaccine should be authorized for more widespread use. The early look at this data is very, very encouraging. The effectiveness, close to 95%, that is incredible for all the vaccines that we look at. So really, really great. The safety data to date, also very, very encouraging. We've been monitoring all the patients who've been enrolled at our site, just as every other site that's participated in these trials across the globe have monitored those people. And we will continue to monitor those people, looking for any problems. Thus far, the data has really suggested that this vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine, and very similarly based on the data that's been shared to date about the Moderna, very, very similar construct, similar findings, that it does appear to be very, very safe. Does that mean there's no side effects? No. In fact, a significant percentage of people, especially after the second dose, will develop some classic vaccine-related side effects. So what does that mean? Well, injection site reactions, redness, tenderness, maybe even a little swelling at the site. And I tell people say, is that bad? Is it worrisome? And I always remind people, well, it's a sign that your immune system is actually responding to it. But with those can be some other more systemic or generalized symptoms. Fatigue, not too uncommon in the 24 hours afterwards, especially second dose. Headache, muscle aches, joint aches, etc. All of those things have been described. And so we want people to be prepared for the fact that they might experience those. It is not the majority of individuals, but it is a sizable enough number that we really do want people to understand that that's a possibility and be ready and not fearful if they do develop those symptoms as we move forward. The great thing, within 24 hours, those symptoms tend to resolve completely. And I remind folks, it is a marker of the stimulation or the stimulation of the immune system or the immune response. And that's really what we're trying to achieve with this vaccination.
If you are somebody who does carry an EpiPen, should you not get the vaccine?
I want to emphasize there's a lot of people who have a history of allergy, or even more importantly, what we call adverse drug reactions. Some people feel a little nauseous after they've taken things. That's really not what we're talking about. It's people who've had much more significant things where they've needed things like you've mentioned, epinephrine or something, after a severe allergic reaction.
Thank you to everyone for joining us at home. And for more health tips during the COVID-19 pandemic, please visit the Lehigh Valley Health Network news blog at news.lvhn.org.